The GTA 5 anniversary is here, so I decided why don't I create an all-time Rockstar games list. But there are some rules. There can't be more than 3 or 4 games from the same series. I'll explain other rules throughout the video, so let's start. First, we're going to select the captain, meaning the best ever game from Rockstar. Now this will be hard, but I'm going with Red Dead Redemption 2. It's very close, to be honest. First off, let's talk about the sheer scale and detail of Red Dead Redemption 2. I mean, seriously, the world they created in this game is breathtaking. Whether you're riding through the vast plains, exploring dense forests, or wandering through a dusty town, every inch of this game feels alive. Then there's the storytelling. Now, I love the over-the-top craziness of GTA 5's plot, but RDR2's narrative is a different beast. It's a slow burn, an epic tale of redemption and the decline of the outlaw era. The characters, especially Arthur Morgan, are so well written and fleshed out. The moral choices you make actually impact the story, and the emotional depth of this game is unparalleled. Perfect pick for captain, if you ask me. Now it's time for the vice captain. Now doubt this. It's going straight to Grand Theft Auto 5. First off, let's talk numbers. GTA 5 shattered sales records like they were made of glass. It raked in billions of dollars within days of its release, making it one of the highest-grossing entertainment products in history. It's like Rockstar printed money with this game. Now, remember the open-world genre before GTA 5? Yeah, it was great, but GTA 5 redefined it. Los Santos became a benchmark for what an open-world city could be. The sheer level of detail, the scope, the living, breathing environment, it set a new standard. It made other games in the genre look like quaint little towns in comparison. The 3 protagonist system was another game changer. It added depth to storytelling and gameplay, setting a precedent for complex narratives in open-world games. Plus, it allowed players to experience different perspectives within the same story, which was, well, mind-blowing. So now we have sorted captain and vice captain. It's time to move on to the top 3, meaning the next 3 best games. Don't take rankings in order too seriously, though, because what matters is the team. First up is GTA San Andreas. GTA San Andreas, man, it's an absolute classic. This game is like a time capsule from the early 2000s, and it's still one of the top dogs in Rockstar's lineup. First off, the map is massive. You've got Los Santos, San Fierro, and Las Venturas, each with its own vibe and missions. And the rural areas add a whole new layer to the experience. It's like a virtual state to explore. The characters are unforgettable. CJ, Big Smoke, Ryder, and Swee. The dialogue has that streetwise humor and slang that's just iconic. All we had to do was follow the damn train, CJ. The missions are wild. From gang wars to heists, San Andreas keeps you hooked. And the side activities, like riding bikes, hitting the gym, and even dating, add depth to the game. And let's not forget the soundtrack. It's a time-traveling jukebox with tracks from the 90s. Radio Los Santos, Radio X, and all the others make you feel like you're cruising through the era. Next, GTA 4. Yes, I'm including it on the team. GTA 4, it's like right there alongside San Andreas in the great game lineup. You know what I mean? It's got that serious vibe going on, a real different flavor from the rest. Liberty City, man, it's like this whole breathing, living thing. Nico's story is deep, touching on the American dream and all that. And don't get me started on those moral choices. But, you know, some folks miss the crazy stuff from the older games. You can't deny its greatness. And the final game in the top 3, and probably the best, is Red Dead Redemption. What really stood out was the storytelling. Rockstar delivered a gripping narrative filled with morally complex characters and tough choices. John's quest for redemption was both personal and epic, and players couldn't help but get emotionally invested. The gameplay had that classic Rockstar touch, with gunfights, horseback riding, and duels that felt like they were pulled straight from a spaghetti western. And then there were those unforgettable moments, like crossing into Mexico with that haunting soundtrack playing in the background. Pure magic. Red Dead Redemption 1 was a masterpiece, blending action, storytelling, and the rugged beauty of the Old West. It's no wonder it's still talked about as one of Rockstar's finest games. Now let's move on to the middle 3. And the first game of the middle 3 is Manhunt. Manhunt, man. That's a game you can't forget. Rockstar went all in on the dark and gritty side with this one. It's like they took the tension of a suspenseful thriller and turned it into a game. The whole premise, you're a death row inmate forced into these twisted snuff films, is some seriously messed up stuff. but it's also what makes it unique. The stealth gameplay in Manhunt was intense. You had to be sneaky, plan your moves, and watch your back at all times. The atmosphere was thick with dread, and those executions were brutal. It's not for the faint of heart, that's for sure. Now, it didn't get the same mainstream attention as GTA, but for those who played it, Manhunt was something special. It's like a hidden gem in Rockstar's lineup, showcasing their ability to create immersive, dark, and unforgettable experiences. The next addition to the team is Noir. Noir. Now that's a game that brought a whole new level of realism and detective work to the gaming world. Set in 1940s Los Angeles, it felt like stepping into a classic film noir. You took on the role of Cole Phelps, a detective rising through the ranks of the LAPD. In my opinion, what made Noir unique was its use of facial animation technology. You had to read the suspect's expressions and body language to determine if they were telling the truth or hiding something. It was like playing a detective in a gritty crime drama. The attention to detail in recreating post-war LA was astonishing. From the vintage cars and music to the fashion and architecture, it felt like a trip back in time. The cases you worked on were diverse and intriguing, ranging from homicide to arson. The final game of the middle three is Max Payne. Max Payne. Oh, what a gritty journey into the dark and twisted mind of a tormented ex-cop. This game took the noir genre to a whole new level. You stepped into the shoes of Max Payne, a man seeking vengeance after the brutal murder of his family. The story was like something out of a classic crime novel, filled with conspiracies, betrayals, and morally ambiguous characters. Max's inner monologues added depth to his character, and the comic book-style cutscenes were a unique touch. But what truly set Max Payne apart was its groundbreaking gameplay. The introduction of bullet time was a game-changer. You could slow down time during gunfights by diving through the air in slow motion while bullets whizzed by. It was pure adrenaline-pumping action. Definitely deserves its place. Now time for the bottom three. Bottom doesn't mean these games stink. At least they made the team. The first one is Bully. Bully is quite the unexpected gem in Rockstar's lineup. It takes place in a weird high school, and you play as Jimmy Hopkins. Everything is perfectly assembled in this game, from characters and story to features and soundtrack. It's cool to play games like this sometimes to relax. The next one in the bottom three is Max Payne 2. Max Payne 2 is like a gripping crime novel you can't put down. The story deepens Max's character, making us more invested in his journey. The bullet time mechanic, already awesome in the first game, gets even better. Gunfights are intense, and the narrative is like a noir thriller. It might not be a revolutionary sequel, but it delivers on storytelling and action. And the final member of Rockstar Games' all-time team is Midnight Club. Now, Midnight Club Racing is all about speed demons and gearheads. It doesn't have a deep storyline, but it doesn't need one. It's all about the thrill of street racing, customizing your rides, and exploring open-world cities. It's pure, unadulterated racing excitement, and for car enthusiasts, it's a playground of horsepower and adrenaline. I know you have played it. These games may not be Rockstar's most famous titles, but they are good. Finally, let's add some reserve games, shall we? Yeah, it doesn't make sense, but still. So for reserves, I'm choosing GTA Vice City, Manhunt 2, Max Payne 3, and The Warriors. So this is what the final lineup looks like. Imagine if this lineup went against Bethesda's all-time team. That would be crazy, at least for me. Share your thoughts in the comments section, and I'll see you in the next video.